Hey little warriors, Anthea here. So, welcome to our little warrior lesson number 3, where I want to talk to you about kind of coaching yourself and your mindset. Well, I want to talk mainly about mindset and how your mindset can help you to really forgive yourself. So, you know, I've been thinking a lot. Hey, Amber. Thinking a lot. Hey, I don't know who else is on because it's not showing me. Hey, Aaron. Okay, so hey, D-Lo. We're talking about mindset and how your mindset can help you forgive yourself. So I just want to touch a little bit. A couple of the clients that I've seen that I've been working with this week have been dealing with a little bit of stress and anxiety. And as we got deeper into our session together, we uncovered that, hey Pamela, we uncovered that a lot of the stuff that they had been dealing with and struggling with was the critic, the inner critic, that little voice inside of your head that goes on and on and on and on about the decisions you made and the regret that you have and how you didn't make a better choice and how you lost all your money or how you treated that person or how you didn't do that thing, or and so this week I've been talking a lot about accepting the fact that it couldn't have gone any other way. It was always meant to go this way, and really making peace that with yourself, like that is the decision you made in that moment based on the information you had. So with regret, and it's something that I've felt intensely as well, but with regret, the truth of it is that if you think about what you did and why you made the decisions you made those decisions based on the information that you had at the time, right? And if you knew what the outcome was going to be, you probably wouldn't have made that decision. You probably would have made a different decision. But that's the thing. You didn't have that information, so you couldn't have made a different decision. So regret literally is, I kind of like to void it out, I kind of like to just think that there's no such thing as regret, or it can't be, it's not acceptable for me to feel that much regret. Yeah, so accepting that, as hard as it is, accepting that is the only way things could have gone, right? When you accept that in your mind and you stop playing out how things could have gone a different way and how much better your life would have been if you actually bought that shop for $20,000 and now it's worth $1 million, or if you'd invested your money differently, or if you never said that thing to that person. When I make peace with that in my mind, it allows me to drop into my heart. Yeah, and then I can really feel all of those emotions that I've suppressed. And that is when the true healing comes. Hi Tina, beautiful lady. And so when I drop into my heart, which I'm a master at avoiding doing when I don't want to feel those suppressed emotions, and I don't want to feel, what the regret has done or what the guilt has done, and when I don't want to feel all that stuff, which really underneath it all is just extreme sadness and grief, when I don't want to feel that, I avoid it. So I avoid dropping into my heart. But once you've dropped into your heart and you feel those emotions, it sets you free, because then you can begin to repair, you can begin to heal. So it's really important when you notice these thought patterns coming in and you're like, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or blah, 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 da, 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 and it goes over and over again. You just got to stop it and be like, you did the best you can, Anthea. You didn't have the information you had now. It's all a part of your learning. It's all a part of your growth. Things had to happen that way. Now you have expanded your consciousness. Now you have deepened your compassion. Now you have understood how lucky you are to understand yourself on an even deeper level now. Yeah, how grateful I am for that experience that broke my heart but actually taught me so much more about myself. How lucky I am to have someone who, I don't know, someone who mirrored back to me something within myself that I needed to heal or change or grow so that I could become a happier person. So immediately as I begin to change my negative self-talk and I begin to think about this from a different perspective, I begin to feel better. Yeah, and it makes forgiving myself easier. It makes moving on easier. So, and I think you did the best you could. You're doing great. You'll get through this. You'll be okay. Yeah? Change it. Change the story. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe you don't see it right now, but it will all become clearer to you in time. And you can do this with anything. So if you have the same story playing out over and over in your mind, for example, let's just say this: people always lie to me. Yeah, people always lie to me, and then something happens and that person's lied to you and you're like, see, I knew it. I knew that person was going to lie to me too. Stop it, right? You just got to stop it. People arrive in my life and tell me the truth. I now attract people who are positive. I now see the truth in situations. I expect the truth and the truth comes to me, right? So you just change it, because whatever you think about, you attract, and whatever thoughts we have create the energy that we put out, and it comes back to us. So it's really powerful, and the more you do it, hi Michaela, gorgeous lady, the more you do it, the more you will notice that things will begin to change for you and things will get better. So let me just see what questions we've got. So Aaron's asking how to slow your brain and enjoy your future. So Aaron, are you asking how do you quieten the mind so that you can enjoy looking forward to the future, or how do you quieten your mind so you can enjoy the present time? Because really, if you're asking about the future, what's important is that we are not stuck in the past and we're not focused on the future. What's important is that we're here, right now. And so if you're holding on to regret and shame and guilt from the past, yeah, then you're being held back in the past. Whereas if you're thinking about the future, and I was just talking about that this morning with a client, if you're thinking about the future, you could be bringing on unnecessary stress or pressure or anxiety. So what's important is to just stay right here and right now, because right here and right now is all we have. That's all we have. The future hasn't come yet. So because if you're not present, you could be missing out on really a lot of things that are happening right now before you. So I hope that helps. Christina's saying this is so powerful. The what ifs are the biggest struggle. Yeah, absolutely, they are. And we all do it. And we all like, well, what if I had just said those words to that person? And what if I had just made that decision? And what if I had just done that or taken that trip or da-da-da-da? But we can't do that anymore, because it's actually not good for our health. It's not good for our present moment. So find a way to forgive yourself. And I've spoken about the letter writing a lot, and the letter writing is really powerful. And when you one way you can do the letter writing is you start writing yourself a letter. Tell yourself, like, express how annoyed you are at yourself. So, bloody hell, Anthea, I can't believe that you said this thing to this person and you hurt them, and you, like, how much in your ego were you, and what the hell were you thinking, and you were so selfish, and da-da-da-da. And then stop that. Once that feels complete, once you've finished beating yourself up, and maybe just give yourself 30 seconds or a paragraph. Once you've finished doing that, then start apologizing to yourself. I'm really sorry I've spent the last 3 years beating the shit out of you for a decision that you didn't make, or for doing something that you didn't have all the information about, or so apologize. I'm sorry, and da-da-da-da-da, right? And then you ask for forgiveness. Please forgive me for not having any compassion for you, and please forgive me for, you know, criticizing you and judging you and and go on. And then when you finish the letter, you burn it. And when you're burning the letter, what you got to do is you got to, in that moment when you're burning the letter, make a conscious choice that you are releasing this. You're releasing it from your mind, body, and soul. You're not going to let it affect you anymore. And it's really powerful. And then if, you know, after the fact, if after you've burnt the letter, if thoughts do come in, you push them out and you change them, and you just continue to work on changing that story and not allowing yourself to slip into that pattern of thinking anymore, because it can be really easy to do that. And the other thing is that it's good to find somebody who will just tell you the truth, yeah, about your behavior. So if you are struggling with something like that, jump in the group. There's a lot of people in here who are here to support you, who can guide you in the right direction, and I'm here as well. So I hope that's been helpful. So Aaron's saying he did this last night, but for wisdom, great. Like, you can do it for literally anything, you know. Cindy's asking, how about just being overwhelmed and lazy? So Cindy, if you can if you can just explain that a little bit further about what you mean by being overwhelmed and lazy. I don't know. Again, I don't really like that word lazy. I don't really believe in somebody who's lazy. I think people avoid doing things because of fear, or because of usually when we avoid doing things, it's either because we don't want to feel something or we fear something. So we fear we don't know who we're going to be when we become this person who all of a sudden does this thing that we've been thinking about for the last 10 years. So yeah, so if it's something you've been thinking about doing for a long time and you've been procrastinating and you put it off, and you can see the vision, you're like, oh, it's going to be so good when I do that, and I'm going to feel so amazing when I do it, and everything's going to align for me and I'm going to be happy, yet you never actually begin to do it. There could be a fear of, who am I going to be when I'm happy? How am I going to be that person who's happy? If you're not happy now and you think you're going to be happy when you're doing that thing, there could be a fear, because often we don't know how to behave as that person who's happy, because we're used to being this person who's not happy. And if we've been this person who hasn't been happy for the last 30 years, there's comfort in that. It's comfortable. It's comfortable to be that person who isn't happy. And it's scary to be that person over there who's happy, because what kind of commitments come with that? And what do I have to do every day to maintain that? And how am I going to be towards people when I'm like that? Or how are people going to view me differently when I'm like that? Working so hard. So Cindy's saying, working so damn hard that you are just exhausted, and then I feel lazy when I don't take it on. Okay, so are you happy doing the work that you're doing? And okay, I think so. Okay, so there's a difference between working damn hard and giving your power to everything that you do within your work. Yeah, so you can work hard at your job, but not allow it to suck all of your energy, so it affects your self-nurturing time, or so that it doesn't affect the rest of your life. So I would say to you, Cindy, is there something within your job that you give your power to other than you physically being there and doing that job? So that's my question. Because then if you're so exhausted from that and you don't have anything left in the tank for you and looking after you and beginning to do all of these things that you want to do in your life, then there's something that tells us you're giving your power away to either your job or a person there, or you could just not be happy there. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I hope that helps. Does anyone else have any questions? Has this been helpful? Let me know. Maybe give me a heart or a thumbs up if this has been a helpful session. So Cindy's just saying, yeah, the powers that be in my job. Yeah. So it's usually, thanks Amber, it's usually the case. Thanks Aaron. Thanks Tina. So there's usually something in your job. So how can you continue to work there without giving your power away? Is it something you're reacting to? Are you assuming something? Are you taking things personally? Are you reacting to the things people say or the things people do? If there's anything like that, if it's anything like that, I would ask myself, what is it that I can do so that I don't take how everyone else behaves personally, so that I can continue to work there, and then when I leave there, I'm like, I leave it all there. Leave all that stuff at work. Don't take it home with you. So then you can save some of the stuff in the tank for you. Yeah, like a lot of it. Give 20% to work and then 80% save it for you when you go home. So I hope this has helped, guys. Sending you all lots of love, and I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next week, but I will let you all know in the group shortly. Okay, bye.